Hey, hey, hey. How's everybody doing tonight on this beautiful Tuesday? Guess what time it is? It's Tackle It Tuesday, baby. Yet another one. And I'm happy to be here. I'm happy for all of you. Hey, I hope you all are having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. I'm having a fantastic Tuesday. And I want to talk about something today. I want to tackle something today that's going to allow you to go to the next level. That's going to allow you to reach your dreams, to reach your goals, to be more productive, to be more, to have more, to make more money, to excel, to be excellent, to be great, to be a game changer. That's right. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about limiting beliefs. That's right. Limiting beliefs. You know, sometimes what we believe about ourselves can stop us from accomplishing what we want to accomplish. Sometimes what we believe about someone else, about a situation, about whether or not we can excel, whether or not we can be promoted, whether or not we can be successful. We believe these things, and sometimes it stops us. I was having a conversation the other day with a gentleman, and we were talking about success, and I was giving him some tips and ideas about how to be more successful. And he came back, he responded with, Rodney, not everyone can be successful. And I thought to myself, wow, I didn't really accept that. I think everyone can be successful. Everyone has the ability to be successful. But he said, you know what? I don't believe that everyone can be successful. Now, I believe that not everyone will be successful, but I believe that everyone can be successful. But this gentleman did not believe that. And he felt like, why do I need to try? Why do I need to put myself out there knowing that not all people can be successful? So this was a limiting belief that this gentleman had. And I really feel like this belief about this idea of success and whether or not he has the ability to be successful is limiting his success. It's limiting his progress. It's limiting his light, his ability to allow his light to shine in the world. It's limiting his ability to be a game changer, to make a difference in his life. Now, how many of you feel that way? How many of you have limiting beliefs that perhaps is stopping you? It's preventing you from living the life that you really, truly want to live. I've been in a place where everything around me was telling me no. And perhaps you're in a place where everything around you is telling you no. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen. This can't happen. You know what? It's impossible. It may feel like it is impossible. And you know what? There are times in your life where no one else may believe that you have this ability but you. And I've been in that place. I've been in a place where the doctors didn't believe it. They didn't know. No one around me could tell me that would work. Everyone thought that this was it. And I was the only one that could believe it. And if I didn't believe it, it for sure was not going to happen. And I want to ask you, why do we have these types of beliefs? Why do you believe that you can't be the next president? Why do you believe that you can't be the next CEO? Why do you believe that you can't have a successful business or a happy family, a beautiful relationship, or the house on the hill, or positive cash flow, or believe that you can get out of debt, or that you can raise your kids, even if it means you have to raise your kids by yourself? Why do we believe things that prevent us from really having what we want to have? Because see, when we believe these things, it really drives our behavior. And that's what we really want to think about. That's what we really want to address, because what you believe really dictates how you behave. And I want to challenge you on that. I want to challenge what you believe. If you're not experiencing the results that you want to experience in your life, I challenge you to take a look at what you believe about you, what you believe about what you're capable of, what you believe about what's possible for you. Because I can guarantee that if you're not experiencing the results that you want to experience, it has something to do with your belief system. And I want to challenge that belief system, because a lot of times the habits that we have, the things that we do every day, things that we have a repetition of doing every single day, those are driven from our belief system. And a lot of times you don't realize that your belief system is preventing you from holding you back. You may think that it's perfectly normal, because a lot of times we are programmed since we were kids and little babies, to think a certain way, about success, to think a certain way about money, to think a certain way about, living beyond, what we're currently experiencing. Because perhaps no one in our family has done it. Perhaps you haven't seen anyone do it close enough to you to get enough information about how to do it to believe that you can do it. And so a lot of times we have to branch out from what we're comfortable with. We have to branch out from what we are familiar with. We have to branch out from what we know in order to develop and build our belief system. That's why you hear a lot of people who are successful say, you have to read books. You have to check your network. You have to get plugged in. Because a lot of times the people that you're hanging around, the people that you're with most of the time, the people that you grew up with, the people that you spend most of the time, your time with, whatever they believe, 9 times out of 10, you believe that too. Because you're comfortable, right? Because see, when you're with someone or you're around someone on a regular basis and you're spending a lot of time with them, like if you have opposing beliefs, like that affects the relationship. So if you're trying to believe that you can go higher, if you're trying to believe that you can do more, if you're trying to believe that you can make a difference, right? And you're with someone who may not believe that, then there may be friction in that relationship. But when there's no friction and everything seems to be running smooth, a lot of times those individuals that you're around, you have common belief systems embedded within your subconscious mind, embedded within your heart, right? And it dictates how you behave. It dictates your perspective on things. It really, really does. And see, if you want to go to another level, I want to challenge you to take a look at your belief system. Take a look if you believe that not everyone can be successful. And if you believe that not everyone can be successful, then you may be including yourself in that bunch that can't be successful. Because when you believe that not everyone can be successful, you may say you're a realist, but there's some negativity in there. There's some negativity in there. You're not completely opened up. You're not saying that there's enough to go around for everyone. And perhaps that's a limiting belief for you. Right? Because most of the time, whenever you believe that you can do it, if you believe that you can do it, you'll believe that somebody else can do it. You won't, exclude someone else who has a made up mind. Now, yes, there may be things that they need to do in order to do it. As a matter of fact, there may be things that you need to do in order to do it. But that's not the point. The point is it can be done. Regardless if it has or has not been done before, it can be done. You can have more. You can experience more. But it all depends on your belief system. And so we have this thing in our minds called a paradigm. And your paradigm is like a makeup of all your beliefs and habits. The way you think and the way you maneuver. That's your paradigm. The way you think and behave about certain things. An example is whatever your dominant hand is, right? You may feel like you can't write with your non-dominant hand. You may feel that way. That is a belief. That's a belief. And it is a limiting belief. You may say, oh, I'm just, I'm dominant in my right hand. I'm not ambidextrous. I can't write with my left hand. And currently today, like right now, if you try to go write with your left hand, if you are right-handed, yeah, it may not be legible. We may have a hard time understanding what you're writing with your left hand. But if you were to keep writing with your left hand and you were to practice it by the law of repetition every single day, multiple times a day, you, my friend, will begin to write well with your left hand. And that belief, it won't be real anymore. It will be a thing of the past. You would have changed that belief. And a lot of times we're in situations where we want to open up a business. We want to be more successful. We want to make a difference in the world. We want to become a leader. We want to lead people. We want to step up. We want to be great. We really want those things, just as you may want to write with your left hand. But you can't. And you won't, because of your belief system. And see, you have to change your belief system, because when you first start out, it will be a little difficult. It will be a little unfamiliar. It will feel like it can't be done. It will feel like that. You know, I remember when they put me in a manual wheelchair when I had suffered a spinal cord injury. They put me in a manual wheelchair, and I demanded that they put me in a manual wheelchair, because I was in an electric wheelchair, and I drove that thing around and had a little joystick on it. And I drove that thing around and around all the time. And I really wanted to be more independent and not depend on this big piece of a machine. And so I would get in a wheelchair, and I didn't have any strength in my arms. I didn't have any really much movement in my arms. And they didn't think that I was going to be able to do it. The belief system was, you're going to need an electric wheelchair. And you're going to always need that electric wheelchair. I didn't believe that. I didn't believe that. I wasn't willing to accept that belief. And see, that's the thing. We accept certain beliefs, to accept that, somebody has to be, poor, or, somebody, not everyone can make $1 million. Not everyone can have a successful business, right? That's like pessimistic thinking. It's limiting thinking, right? And we accept those things. And when we accept them, it's like an excuse to not hold yourself accountable to overcome that limiting belief. You're just accepting, and it's like you make it the norm. And when we make it the norm, it's like, okay. And because it's, we see other people accepting it, it becomes like the easiest thing to do. And when it's the easiest thing to do, it's like, it's just life. We make it that. And so instead of believing that we can go higher and that we can do more, what we believe is that this is just life. I believe that this is just life and it's okay. I don't, that's too much to have to try to, change my paradigm, to change my mind. That's too much work. Like, who does that? And really that's why, 96, only 3 to 4% of the population is really doing it. It's really making it happen. That's because the other 96%, they feel like it's too much work. And it's easier just to accept that not everyone can do it. And I wasn't willing to do that. You shouldn't be willing to do that. Because life is short. And we'll allow our limiting beliefs to dictate what we accomplish all our lives. And then we leave here, we go to the grave, and we go to the grave without really experiencing our true full potential. And it's not because we couldn't. It's not because we didn't have the capability. It's not because we didn't have the opportunity. It's because we didn't believe in ourselves. It's because we believed that it couldn't be done. We didn't challenge our belief system. And I don't want that to happen to you. You shouldn't want that to happen to you. You shouldn't want that to happen to anyone in your family, anyone that's close to you, anyone that you love. Because see, if we can pull out our maximum potential, like imagine what your life would be like if you were living at your maximum potential. I mean, how many of you would like to live at your maximum potential? To really live in a space and in a place where you're on it and you're making it happen and you're very optimistic and you take advantage of your opportunities and you step out there, and even if you fail, you believe that you can make it, therefore you get back up and then you try it again until you do. And you live in a space where you're not hindered by limiting beliefs, but you're open to opportunities and you're willing to take those opportunities in order to make a difference, in order to maximize yourself, in order to make more money, to live a life that's full. And a lot of times we say, well, I'm happy with what I have. I'm satisfied, with what I have. And there's a difference between being grateful and satisfied. But we'll get complacent. We'll get satisfied. And, it's because it's easy. And a lot of people think that, it don't take all that. And it really doesn't. But see, that's not what it's about. You see, when you're trying to maximize yourself, it's not about the reward. It's really about who you become. It's really about fully expressing yourself. The carrot is just a bonus. If you make it in life, like a lot of people that have, you see them with, a lot of stuff or material things. It's not so much the material things. Like we look at that and say, oh, it's nice to have, I would want that. At least for me, it's not about that. It's really about discovering what I'm truly capable of. Discovering how much I can create, how much I can express, how many people I can serve, how many people I can help. How much of a difference can I make in my lifetime? And when you have that type of mentality, you don't want your limiting beliefs to hinder who you can become, to hinder your full expression, the full expression of you. I mean, imagine looking at yourself in the mirror and can truly say that you're every day, you're focused on expressing yourself more and more every day. Giving of yourself more and more, discovering your true capability, continuous improvement and discovery of yourself. You see, that's a mentality. That's a game-changing mentality, to be honest with you, right? But you have to tackle those limiting beliefs. So I challenge you to take a look. Take a look. Take a look at what you are believing about you, what you believe about the difference that you can make. Like there's projects that perhaps you would like to execute for people, for the world. And when you start thinking about it, you start thinking about all that has to be done. And then this belief just comes up and says, I don't have time for that, or I don't have the money for that, or I don't have the resources for that. I don't have the help for that. Instead of a different belief that I'll find a way will be made. I'll figure it out along the way. I'll make a plan and share it. I'll get people involved. We'll figure it out. We don't even start. Or when we start, as soon as, something happens, we quit. And it's not because you didn't have the ability. You're limiting beliefs. You believe that it's not going to work. You believe that it's the end. You believe that, it's not for you. I truly challenge you. Take a peek inside. Take a peek inside your belief system. The belief system about you and what you're capable of. What you're able to create and express here in your lifetime. You know, I look forward to what you can create. I look forward to your full expression. And when I look around, I see all of the things that we enjoy. And technology is advancing so fast, and a lot of conveniences is available. A lot of tools are available. A lot of luxury is available. And I think about some of the things that we enjoy today. And all of it is because someone believed that it could happen. Like, a lot of this stuff is man-made. And the thing about all of this stuff that's man-made, from the computer to the telephone to the automated cars, all of this stuff, it's man-made. All this stuff that's man-made, someone did that. And the person that did those things, it's multiple people. They're no different from you and I. They had a different attitude. They had a different belief system. But they're human. And what that means is, if you can adopt an opportunistic belief system, an unlimiting belief system, what could you create? What could we enjoy as a result of you being here? What difference can be made as a result of you being here? I mean, that's really the question. And that's what I would like you to think about. I mean, ask yourself, what can you do? How can you express yourself more and more? Take that with you. And I look forward to what you come up with. And please share it in the comments. Share it. And I tell you what, if you want a support system, join our group, Game Changer Transformation Community. If you are in a place where you want to fully express yourself, if you are in a place where you want to change the game in your life, you want to get rid of those limiting beliefs, and you want a group of people or a community to support you, to assist you, to go on the journey with you, take a look at our group. Just take a look at it and see if you like it. Game Changer Transformation Community. It's a group of people that's supporting each other. And we're all about fully expressing ourselves, taking ourselves to the next level, getting rid of all and any limiting beliefs. And if you want someone to support you in that, that's going to speak positivity to you, that's going to push you, that's going to encourage you, that's going to speak, life into you in order for you to fully express yourself. If you're looking for a network to connect with, that's going to empower you, take a look at our group, Game Changer Transformation Community. We would love to have you there. Honestly, it's a good, beautiful group. And I think you would enjoy it. This is Rodney Flowers. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please, drop your comments in. Let me know your 3 takeaways from this video. And if you know someone who can benefit from this video, someone in your family, someone, maybe on your job, a coworker, maybe a close friend, please share it. I thank you. I love you. Tackle it Tuesday, baby. Tackle those limiting beliefs. Fully express yourself. Fully. Do not allow your limiting beliefs to stop you. Change your paradigm. And remember, if you're looking for a support group, Game Changer Transformation Community. We would love to have you. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you all. I love you. Have a good night.